You know, sometimes kind of like bothers me to see that this man, Big Pun, he doesn't get the credit and recognition he should. Like, people talk about Pac and Biggie all the time and stuff, but if they were alive, but I don't often hear people or maybe people at all talk about what if Big Pun was alive. Now he died due to his weight issues, unfortunate, but let's say if they're nice 99 when he lost 100 pounds and he stayed on track, I'm going to tell you the guesses, speculations, and things I think would have happened had he not died and stayed on the right track. See, before he died, right after he died, he was before he died, he was in the process of making Yeah Baby. And when he died, they released the album. And unfortunately, the album was not well received by many people. Some people even went as far to say the album was garbage, unfortunately. Now I'm going to tell you all the songs I think that were good on this album. Intro. Wasn't that big on Watch Those. Off with His Head, very underrated. It's So Hard. New York Giants. I'm not gonna lie to you, that song grew on me. At first, I actually didn't like it, but it grew on me. My Dick is underrated. A lot of people like Leatherface, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was never really into it, to be honest with you. I didn't really like the song. 100% was good. Love that song. One of my favorite Big Pun songs. Wrong Ones, very underrated. Laughing at You, very underrated. Nigga Shit. I don't remember much of that song. Ms. Martin was good, but Pun barely did anything. And My Turn, which was very underrated, this track. Yeah, 9 songs right there. So they could have easily took off 7 songs off here. So yeah, had they just like, but at the same time, some of the songs I liked, I realized a lot of people didn't like. Off of His Head, I see a lot of people didn't really care for that song. New York Giants, I feel I got mixed reviews. My Dick and Laughing at You, Tony Sunshine. I actually see more people who dislike those songs than like it. The real popular ones on here, It's So Hard, 100% of the 2 ones that got videos. Those were liked by many. My Turn's a massive favorite on here. Believe it or not, Leatherface is actually a popular song on here by people when it comes to songs that people liked on this album. I really wasn't a fan of it. And I see a decent amount of people who liked Watch Those, but me personally, nah. Now on to If He Was Alive. I think the fact that people didn't like this album would have drove Pun to go even harder on the Endangered Species. Yeah, see the Endangered Species album that Fat Joe released, the completion album with some of his most popular songs, his first album, his features and unreleased tracks. Endangered Species is going to be Big Pun's 3rd album. Do I believe it came out in 2001? Yeah. Or early 2002 tops. And I think it would have been a situation similar to Redman, where, okay, Redman's 2nd album got serious mixed reviews. One side who loves it, one side who hates it. It was good, but it should have been better. I do consider it a bit of a disappointment because the replay value for those songs aren't really there for me. Like, for me, the best song was I Can't Wait. There's another song, I'm kind of forgetting the name. But yeah, I think, like how Redman went off on Muddy Waters, I feel Big Pun would have fucking went off on Endangered Species. But do I think Endangered Species would have been better than Capital Punishment? Maybe close, but no cigar. Capital Punishment, my top 10 rap albums of all time, right on my number 10 exactly. And in my opinion, that was the greatest lyrical hip hop album in history. Lyrically, no other album can come close. I'm saying lyrically. But yeah, no other album come close lyrically. For rapper of the year and 3 runner-ups, I definitely think he would have been in the third or second spot for that. Because okay, my rapper of the year and 3 runner-ups. I'm gonna do a video on this, but I'm gonna give you 2001. So a little sneak preview, but 2001 right now. Number 1, Jay-Z. The Blueprint was amazing. His battle with Nas, he had that year on lock. And The Roof was the best song that year. This close second runner-up, Nas. He was battling Jay-Z. Stillmatic. I'm not gonna lie, I did think Stillmatic was overrated, but it brought Nas, the real Nas, back to a lot of people in their minds. And Ether, in my opinion, is the greatest diss track in history. Number 3, Jadakiss, We Gon' Make It. He was big that year. We Gon' Make It was an amazing song. Knock Yourself Out. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't listened to the full album yet, but it had some bangers on there. Like these are some of Jadakiss's hottest tracks of his career. And number 4, Eminem murdering Jay-Z on Renegade, his D12 stuff. Fight music was amazing. Where do I think Big Pun would have ranked? If I were to guess how good his Capital Pun, and Endangered Species would have been, 2 or 3. Do I think it would have been better than Stillmatic? Absolutely, if I had to guess. Do I think it would have been better than Jadakiss' album? Hell yes, it would have. So I think if I had to make a serious guess, he would have been at my number 3 for one of the 3 runner-ups for best rappers of that year, 2001. Hold on. Anywho, and what else would he have done? I do think that it would, for me, it would have been inevitable for Fat Joe and Big Pun to do a joint album, like them two have their own and not a Terror Squad album. The first Terror Squad album kind of flopped. Like I thought it was okay, but like when it comes to replay value, for me, the only song that had real replay value was "What You Gonna Do," and that was Big Pun's solo song. So yeah, they inevitably would have made a full album together, and just Jesus Christ, look at the songs they made together. Let me go on my list and all the songs they did together. Okay, Watch Out, Big Pun's debut. What else? Love that song, Bet Your Man Can't. Twins, Deep Cover 98, Jesus Christ. And I think that would have been the name of their collabo album, Twins. On the Terror Squad 2004 album, Fat Joe put an unreleased track with Big L and Big Pun himself would Bring Him Back. Amazing. Love Taken War. Love Brave in the Heart. Best Behavior. So yeah, they did some bangers together. Also too, Wishful Thinking and Firewater. But yeah, they made some bangers together. So no doubt that would have been a classic for sure. If I had to guess, it would come out maybe 2002 to 2003. And okay, I have this true belief. I truly believe this sort of happened. In 2004, I truly believe Big Pun would have been Rapper of the Year in 2004. Yes, I do believe that. I'm going to tell you every reason why I feel he would have took 2004 by storm. Every reason. I'm going to tell you why. 2004, That was the second Terror Squad album. Do I think with Big Pun being alive, they would have played that song with Big L and Big Pun and Fat Joe? Absolutely, inevitable. I feel they're going to show that no matter what. But who knows? Would Big Pun have already put that song on his Endangered Species album that he wanted to record for his third album? Maybe. But if I had to guess, it would be on the Terror Squad 2004 album. Lean Back. Oh, you know, Big Pun was getting a verse or two on that song, and Big Pun would have killed that shit. No questions asked. I feel Big Pun would have made the song better. And what else was there on that album? That was hot that year. But yeah, Lean Back. I feel Big Pun would have had verses on that, and he would have tore that shit up. What else? Reggaeton had a huge buzz that year, and Big Pun could speak Spanish, so I think Big Pun would have done reggaeton songs. And we look at 2004, who was the best rapper of that year? It's often debated. Some will say Cameron, some will say Kanye West, some will say T.I., and there was one more. Who was that fourth spot for it? Let me go check. Give me one quick second. Who else? Look at my list here. And Lil Wayne. How did I forget that? And who would I say in the order? Best rapper? In my opinion, I think Cameron was best rapper that year. Runner-ups. But yeah, runner-ups were Kanye West, T.I., Lil Wayne. And I often debate for the other three, Kanye, T.I., and Lil Wayne, which order I put in is kind of hard. But 2004 doesn't really have a definitive answer for who was rapper of the year, because I've also seen some people say MF Doom. You know, G Unit was holding down, so Lloyd Banks and Young Buck. I don't see a definitive answer for 2004. Like, okay, examples. 2003, everyone says 50 Cent. 2002, everyone says Eminem. 2001, everybody says Jay-Z. 2000, everybody says Eminem. 97, everybody says Biggie. 96, everybody says Tupac. 94, everybody says Nas. And 87, everybody says Rakim. In 2012, everybody says Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, 2004, probably the most debatable year for rapper of the year. I'll give another example. 88, that might have a definitive year. It's really between three people: Chuck D, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane. It's one of those three names. But for 04, many debates. I picked Cameron personally, many debates. So it was a year like that. And plus, too, rap was kind of falling off. So I think Big Pun would have took that year, especially if he was on Lean Back and he made a solo album and made those reggaeton songs. He would have slaughtered that year. And on some of those solo albums, like 2001, 2004, I think for sure he would have done a feature with Eminem for sure. What other dream collabs are there that he didn't do? What do you? I'm not okay. I don't know if he would have done one with DMX. I think he would have done some work with Ghostface and Raekwon. But aside from that, I don't know if what else for sure he would have made, but I do think he would have made a track with Eminem for sure, because that was just a dream in the making right there. It sucks they didn't do it when Big Pun was alive, but I do feel they would have done it had he still stayed alive. Anywho, another rapper who I think he would have made a joint album with, Kool Rap. Cause remember, Kool Rap was Big Pun's idol. He actually got down on one knee and kissed his ring. I'm not even kidding with you. G-Rap told that story. And they made 3 songs together. Get what the songs are called right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me go to these songs. Huh. Dramacide. Wishful Thinking, along with Fat Joe and Be Real. And the Symphony 2000 along with KRS-One, and I forgot the other rapper. He shouldn't even been on the song. In my opinion, should have been Big Daddy Kane instead. But yeah. But I also do think of what if like the downside of things happen. Example, Pun was a guy, he didn't fuck around. It was said by many, and I do believe that he wanted to kill 50 Cent for what he said in How to Rob. He said, I robbed Pun without a gun. Such pieces run. Nigga weigh 400 pounds. How you gonna catch me, son? Pun was really offended because that was, unfortunately, the funniest and most offensive line in the whole song. People were laughing. That really pissed off Pun. Pun apparently was looking to kill 50 Cent. And then apparently 50 Cent was going to diss back Big Pun after he made My Turn. And then, Pun would have dissed him back and done him something. But unfortunately, Pun died and 50 got shot up. So would he have gotten himself in legal troubles? And unfortunately, he was beating his wife when he was alive. So would he went to jail for domestic violence? I'm not sure. But yeah, aside from the negative stuff, if you say it on the positive sides of things, I think 2001 he's gonna have Endangered Species. 2002 to 3 he's gonna have a joint album with Big Pun. Sorry, with Fat Joe. 2004, I think he would have been on the Terror Squad album for sure, and had a solo album along with some reggaeton songs and some rap songs. So I think he would have took 2004. And I rank Big Pun in my top 20. I really wish I could rank him higher, but okay, I used to debate myself for a long time saying who's better between DMX and Big Pun. And unfortunately, and like I kind of have no choice but to say DMX because okay, 98, though Pun an album of the year, DMX had too many bangers on his what's it called? Like on his track list when it comes to his first album, his second album came out that year, and the Belly soundtrack. And he has some great features also. So it's kind of hard to compete with that. 99, DMX had a better year. 2000, Pun released an album, but had DMX waited a few weeks and decided, and then there was X released in 2000, he would have had a better year than Big Pun in 2000 also. So did Big Pun ever surpass DMX? Truth is, no, he wouldn't. Do I think Big Pun 2001 and 2004 would have surpassed DMX? Absolutely. And I don't know, like looking at some of these rappers, where could Big Pun have been ranked if he were able to live out his life and have a career for a long time? Go to greatest rappers of all time list. Pun, he's right at my number 16 of all time. Where would he have been if he had a longer career? I think he would have been anywhere between my number 11 to number, anywhere between my number 7 to 11 for an all-time great if he had out his career. Because like, let me also say, okay, the back to albums, Endangered Species in 2001, maybe a Pun and Joe album in 2002, Terror Squad album in 2004, and I believe he would have done a Kool Rap joint album. So what's it called? With those 4 or 5 things being said, that would have been a great career alone. Do I think he would have peaked in 2004 and 2004, 2005? Absolutely. Do I think Big Pun would have fell off lyrically? No. Making great songs and bangers, maybe. Because I don't fully see him fitting in with the late 2000s and 2010s. I think by the late 2000s, like after 2007 to around now, he'd have more underground like stuff because I don't really see him. But who knows? Maybe he can have some bangers with Bruno Mars. I think that really could have worked out. All the Way Up was huge, so imagine Big Pun had a verse on that. Big Pun and Raimi would have done some songs together. Looking back, I think Terror Squad would have still stuck together because after Big Pun died, Fat Joe just pretty much didn't give a fuck about Cuban Links. What I feel about that situation, I wouldn't really judge. That's just between those two guys, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think Terror Squad would have split up. I don't think the Fat Joe and Remy problem would have happened. I don't think any of those problems would have happened because Pun was the glue and like the man who listened to it. They're telling stories of Big Pun, telling them read the dictionary because end of the day, I take lyricism serious. Pun helped Fat Joe step his game up. And yeah, he would have been doing tracks at Remy and Pun. I do think that Remy Ma and Fat Joe album would have been totally different. That would have been another Terror Squad album. I do think by that time that would have maybe been their fourth or fifth Terror Squad album because I don't think the group would have split up had Big Pun been there. Do I think Big Pun would have left Fat Joe? No, I don't. Because you don't hear no rumors of Joe doing this and that to Big Pun's, to Big Pun's money. I haven't heard of it. I've yet to hear someone talk about it. So I would look at it, it hasn't happened. I do think that Baby Pun would have been making songs with his daddy. Shout outs to Chris Rivers. Guys, go check him out. He's the future. Sucks his dad's not here. I think them two would have done some shit together. I do feel Big Pun would have been making more songs with the likes of Coogee Rap, Raekwon. Do I think we get another song with Big Pun and Nas? Nope, because Nas hated being outshined on his own tunes. So yeah, that I don't think that would have happened because Big Pun destroyed Nas and John Blaze. I heard the original version and made me say, no wonder Nas went back to redo his verse because in comparisons to Puns, the originals kind of sounded garbage in comparison. But yeah, Lucy would have been maybe more underground by now. But you know what? Who knows though? Because with the reggaeton stuff, he probably could have made it work for a little longer. Like Pun's flow, lyricism, and speed in rapping. I think it would work longer for him with making some Spanish songs. And then worse to look at Pitbull. I think, you know what? I do think Pitbull would have been on a few tracks with Big Pun. I do think Big Pun and Rihanna could work together. I think that would work. I think Eminem and Big Pun would have done a lot of shit together. I don't think it would be just a one-off. I think they would like to compete with each other on songs. But yeah, I do think also he'd be on some Wu-Tang songs. But yeah, that's my thoughts on what if Big Pun's alive. I think a lot of that stuff would have been done. You tell me, guys. You tell me what you think would happen if Big Pun was alive. Answer this question too. Also, who do you think was better between DMX and Big Pun in your opinion? I'd love to hear it, and tell me why also. And tell me what some stuff you like about Big Pun or you love to hear about him. Till then, peace out and give me your feedback.